where do I start? I've decided to go through my big box of faulty controllers. I've got some with nothing written on, and then I've got some in bags where I've wrote R91 inductor L2, an expansion port, and RB fault. There's the headphone connector in the blue controller before you start kicking off later in the video, because I didn't put it in. And that one, but that's just a bag of internals, so perhaps that goes with that. I've got another shell which says RB fault, so perhaps that one goes with that one. That might be that one. I've got, I think that's a fake PlayStation 1 controller that I looked at previously. I've got a red one, left trigger, right thumb, black one with nothing on it. Oh, what's that? That might be part of that faulty inductor. It looks like there's a bit of coil stuck on there. Blue one, right thumbstick. Now this one, damaged Wi-Fi antenna connector. This one has nothing wrote on it. Nothing wrote on it. I'm going to test them all and see if I can sell them on. This one has nothing on there. Another one in bits. And I don't know what's wrong with it. What's this one? On, off and rattles. So that's an interesting one to look at. Another white one. Nothing written on it. Wi-Fi. Damaged Wi-Fi connector. So we'll look at that one. That one. DualShock 2s. Damaged cable there. I've got another DualShock 2. This used to belong to a smoker. It stinks when I open the box. That's what's smelling. There's another DualShock 2. That's just the shell. That might be okay. I might put the nicotine board in that one. Blue cable damaged. So there's a fault with this DualShock 2 on the blue cable. I vaguely remember looking at this one, but it's a silver model which people don't seem to want. So I'm going to look at these ones first. I've got a bag of thumbsticks, a bag of connectors. I've got a bag of thumbstick covers and a bag of thumbsticks. So I'm going to start off with the red one, and I'm just going to go through them one at a time and see what I can fix. Left trigger, right thumb. Right, how did I test this? Plug it in. Right, gamepad tester. Right thumb is going straight to the top. Left trigger. Yep, that's definitely not working. So my initial left trigger and right thumb is correct. Right, let's open this up and see if I can fix it. Come on, what type of screws are them? T10 seems a bit big. T8. There's one under here, isn't there? Okie dokie. Right, so it's this trigger and this stick. So first of all, I'm just going to put a little bit of contact cleaner in there, like that. We'll plug that back in. We'll bring up the gamepad tester. Now that's changed. Look at that, slowly creeping up. So we'll replace this one. The trigger, I think, it's magnetic, isn't it? It's got a Hall effect sensor or something built into it. Is that it? Is that the magnet? Can't see, man, can you? Is the sensor on the board? And is this a magnet? I can't remember. I've never had to deal with one before. So we need to take this one out and have a look at this sensor. I'm not going to be able to repair it because I haven't got a donor board at the moment. But let's see if we can replace this first. I haven't had much luck replacing these, but I do have a desolder gun now, so my chances should be improved. There's too many blooming bits and pieces in these things. So I'm going to replace this now, and I'll worry about that sensor a bit later. Is the board cracked? That looks like the board could be... It almost looks like the board's cracked. Right, that's a desoldering station on. I wonder if I'm better off using a hot air gun. I'll put that on there. Put some flux on. We'll see if we can just heat that up and pull it through from the bottom, nice and gently. Well, it's out. I don't know how much damage I've done to the board. These boards take quite a lot of heat, but they seem to be very delicate at the same time. There's a pad missing from there. There's a tiny capacitor there. I don't know if that's moved. Looks okay. Blimey, I don't even know which way it goes in. That way. That's almost in place. I think it's just this one here. I think if I pop a bit of solder on there, it'll come through. There we go. We'll solder them up. Didn't realise these two here were part of it. So I just need to address this issue and we're on our way. Well, I think that's it. That board definitely looks cracked. This might all be in vain, and if that is cracked, this can be my donor board. So how much of this do I need to put back together to test it on the computer? Do I need the Wi-Fi antenna in? Let's find out. Let's bring up gamepad. So now I am still off. I think I've just wasted my time. This pad's lifted. That was a waste of time. So this is now a spare board. A donor board. Well, that wasn't a very good start, was it? What's this one? Left trigger. Left trigger fault. Might be able to take a Hall effect sensor out of that red one. Someone's been in here, but I didn't do that. Let's test it before I get carried away. Rumble worked. Gamepad test. Oh, left trigger. Right trigger's working. This one's okay. Left trigger, right trigger. That's not working. It's the button. Hang on, coming up one there. It is working, man. Left trigger, right trigger. It is working. Right, well, I'm gonna not take that apart, because that seems fine to me. So I'll give that a blast on my console, just to make sure. So I'll test that later on. It's got a crack on there. Well, it's not a fix, is it? It's just not wrong with it. What's this bag of trash? R91 inductor L2 and expansion port. RB fault 1537. Now that's a 1708, I think. There's the broken inductor. I'm not sure what I mean when I say expansion port. Do I mean this? Let's have a look underneath the microscope. Oh dear. So something's missing. Something's been taken off. There isn't an expansion port on it. If I've taken that off, where did I think I was going to get a replacement from? There's me L2. There's the port that's snapped off. So I think this has came to me in this condition. So I think this one's going to be a donor board also. It must be a 1537 board. I've got a 1708 board and a 1537. Both donors. I'm not doing very well. This is turning out terrible. This one may actually work. It's rumbled. Well, that seems to work okay. They're a little bit stiff, but that's fine. So that one is okay. So we'll test that one, make sure it connects to the console. I just want to get rid of them. I've got so much stuff lying around. I just want to sell them on and make some space. I don't know what's happening with this one. Let's test it. It's made a rumble. Sticks. Up, down, left, right. Buttons. That seems to work too. We'll test that one. On, off, and it rattles. And it's model 1697. It's definitely got a rattle. That's gone off. And off. Right, what's happened to that? That's an interesting one. Right, let's see if we can have some better success. There's a screw missing. These are black screws. Are they the same size? Yes, they are. So I can use them. Oh, hang on. I think that screw came out when I pulled the plastic off, because I found one here, 2, 3 and 4, and I've got 4 here. So That's me rattle. That's what was rattling. Ow. Power comes in here. I'm going to have a look at this part of the board before I take it all out. Let's get a closer look. It looks like there's a capacitor missing from here. C38 definitely looks strange. There's something missing from CR1 by the looks of it. There's an antenna missing. I think this is the only model I have of this board, so it comes on and goes off. But because it's the only one, I've got nothing to compare it to. So let's have a look at the connector first. Well, that's seen better days. So before I test for shorts, I'll flood it with some IPA. There's some corrosion on there, so I might be able to just replace that. Right, we'll plug that back in. That's a USB lead into the computer, and now we'll get nothing. So I think it's that port. It's a lot cleaner than what it was. I know what I'll do. I'm going to plug this into a 5-volt supply. So this is now... Oh, hold on. I tried it and it wasn't plugged into here. So I'll plug this back in. I'll connect that back up properly. Now we'll see what happens. This is just connected to 5 volts, no data. Still the same. So something's switching it off. We'll find out online if capacitor 38 should be populated. Right, it's 16 at 97 and there's the picture there. C38 isn't populated. So there's something else wrong with this. But what is it? So this end one is ground and this one I'm assuming is the 5 volts because it goes to this capacitor. R1 is a 0 ohm resistor, so that's shorted, so that's okay. The cap isn't short. There's no short on the 5 volts. So something is telling it to switch off. The 5 volts comes in here, goes to here, through here, comes all the way down to here. Let's check this diode. Diode mode 0.6, reverse my leads, and the diode is open. That seems okay. I've got open, swap them around, 0.2. However, someone give us a clue. Otherwise I'm going to have to start just cleaning the board and hoping for the best. Now that, in diode mode, that capacitor is going straight through, 0.002. If I put that in continuity mode, that capacitor is going straight through. It's definitely connected to ground. That should be ground, I think. I've got continuity on this one. Yes, I do. But not that one. But I do on this one. Right, this big cap. Continuity. Comes to these two vias. There's some more there. There's a short there, but I don't know what the chip does. So C23 shorted. Flip the board over. That's shorted. That's shorted. IACMF. Presumably that's pin 1, 2, 3, 4. So pin 4 is short to pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And on the other side goes to pin 6 as well. So that might just be okay. Keep coming back to this cap. It does look like a slightly funny colour. And I'm wondering if I should just take it off. I'm going to do that. It's got a slight different colour on it. I'm just going to take this cap off and see if it removes the short. I'm clutching at straws, I think, but I'm going to give it a go. Right. And it has. It has removed the short. And it is indeed shorted. Is there any chance that this is going to stay on? It's plugged into a USB hub. It's not connected to data. Right, now it doesn't come on at all. So I wonder if I've got a similar sized capacitor on one of these boards. Ah, look, C33. That looks promising. Let's take that one off. So I wonder what this one's going to measure. 92 microfarads. Is that microfarads? I can't see. Right, anyways, it's measuring something. So that's we'll keep that as the good one. Put this one on. And we're going to get anywhere. Still nothing. Oh no. You're joking. Should I have something? I'll plug it into the computer. I'll plug it into the computer because if this is only voltage, there's no batteries in it. Right, plug it into the computer, see what it does. Yes, look at that. It's on. Gamepad tester. Not connecting to gamepad tester. Oh, 'tis. Look, it works. That's brilliant. C33 shorted out. I'm going to put this back together and I'm going to give it a test. I better clean it up first though because it's full of fluff. Well, I think that's good enough to test. Lights on. There we are. Gamepad tester. Is it going to work? It's looking good. Yes, it is. Oh no. Oh, hang on. These are in the wrong place. There we go. Yep. Yep. So we can put this back together and claim a fix. Could do with a bit of a clean. What's this one? Ah, damaged Wi-Fi connector. Now I did this a while ago. The connector, that ends okay. One damaged Wi-Fi connector. So if I've damaged the Wi-Fi connector, I've been taking the board apart. So I've been taking the board apart because there's something wrong with it. Let's plug it in and we can see if we can find out what's wrong with it. Right, so it's came on. So this one is slightly out of sync. It's just this. I'll give it a bit of a spray. Bring that back up. It's still out. I think before I replace this, I'll try and fix that antenna. Because if I cannot fix that antenna, it's a bit... Although you could use it without the antenna, couldn't you? That's the same board. So I've got a replacement if I can get this one off. So I plan on putting some low melt solder on there. Well, it's off, but I don't think it came off in one piece. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this off in one piece. But this is a damaged board. This is the board that's got what looks like a big crack running through it. I've got a couple of Nintendo DS Lite boards. I wonder if they use the same type of adapter. Oh, it's off. I don't know where it's gone, but it's off. But what does it look like? I've got it here. Where is it? There it is. Oh, that's not it, is it? That can't be it. That's got to be the old one. Where's the new one? It's flung off somewhere. What's that? Oh no. How does it look as bad as that? Have I totally ruined both of them? It looked like it was going so well. Right, well, what are my options? I could trim that wire and solder it on, couldn't I? Well, I'm not having much luck with these, am I? This is the other donor board, but the antenna connector here is different, so I cannot use that one. I've looked at the Nintendo DSi connectors, and they're different as well. So this one is going to have to go back in the bag until I can get some connectors, some either new ones or find another donor board. And I think this might be my last one. Right thumbstick. That'll be this one. And this one's battered. Okay, plug this in. Oh, this is different. I wasn't aware, but this is USB-C. Oh, posh one. Right, USB-C. Here we go. I've got power. That's obviously not working. Triggers are working. Everything else seems to be working. Oh, I've pressed this middle button and it came up screenshot saved. Right, anyways, so this is working. So it's just this. Let's see if I can get this one open without causing any damage. Oh no. There's 2 antennas that can damage there. This is getting worse. And what's that doing off? Right. There's no point just staring at it, Philip. Now, I might be in luck because it's just, that might be okay. If I take this out, I might be able to just put a couple of black thumbsticks in. It's a shame that won't come out. I think that's it. So that is what's broken. So I'm wondering if I can just put... That's weird, isn't it? So have I got to try and put a thumb screw in there? A thumb screw. Thumb screw. Have I got to try and put a thumb grip in there? And then have... Didn't on these ones. These were much easier to work with. No. I'm doing it wrong. That... You idiot. Oh, I didn't have to do that at all because that top just comes off. What a fool. It's getting late. I'm getting tired. I'm not going to get that back in there. Oh, I might. That button still works. That still works. I didn't have to take that out at all. Someone will be shouting at the computer screen, "You didn't have to take that out. You don't have to take that out." I think the best thing to do is just to put these on. Pop these wires back on. Right, that's them back on. I think that just drops in there. Where's the back? What have I done? Oh, it's here. I was looking for a blue back. A blue back. Pop a couple of screws in. Right, if I'm lucky, this thumbstick's going to be okay. And yes, look at that. Close enough for me, bunny lad. Superb. I wonder what... This has got a different D-pad. I wonder what these are called. I'll just ask Abby. Abby! What do you call the gamepads with the different kind of cursor control on the Xbox? Well, apparently this is the Series X controller in shock blue. And it wasn't bundled with any consoles, so you had to buy it on its own. £50 on Amazon at the moment. This one supports custom black thumbsticks. Brilliant. I've got one more. Oh, this has got two wireless things. Oh, I don't believe it. Hold on. Rewind. I've got to put that blooming thing in. I'll just pretend I haven't seen it. That's USB-C. So this is a new one. So what's wrong with this one? Who knows? Let's plug it in and see what it does. Right, how plug it in. I'm an LED missing. That rings a bell. There's gamepad tester. Press a button and nothing. So it's not registering. Try it the other way. No, it's not registering. Very interesting. Let's have a look at why it has no LED. Oh, I never noticed this before. I wonder if that LED acts like some kind of fuse. Where's my donor board? Bet you that's the same. We'll take this one off. Is this a donor board? Must be. I'm guessing it is, but I can't remember why. This is the board that I took the capacitor off. So we'll take that LED off there. We'll pinch that. We'll put it on the other one. And we'll see if it works. Ta-da! Oh, it's gone. Dropped it. So it's a 50-50 guess. If it's wrong, I'll have to turn it around. Oh, I've melted it. God's sake. I'm not having much luck. It might be okay. I wonder if I can test it with a multimeter. See if it's actually damaged. Oh, still works, look. See if I can get it back on. I'll give up with that one. There'll be another one on the back of here. But I've got to take it apart. That diode cannot be acting as a fuse. I wouldn't have thought so. So there's something... I'm going to assume that there's something else stopping this from working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test capacitor 33 straight away. Capacitor 33 is okay. We've got a diode there reading 0.2 and the other way 2.8. I didn't check the port. It looks okay. If I put this on, will I get voltage at this diode? Yes, 5 volts. and out. No voltage out. Now, I would have thought I would have had voltage on that outside of the on the back of the diode, unless it's one of them TVS diodes and it goes to ground. It does go to ground. My camera's gone off. I'm still recording, but my microscope's not playing. Right, I'm back on. I don't know when my scope went off, but I've got 5 volts coming to the diode. Bottom of the diode goes to ground, but that cap appears to be shorted, which seems a bit strange. A label of R1. So is there any faulty looking components? 5 volts. 5 volts on that. I think that's a resistor. 5 volts to there. 5 volts comes down to here. I think it goes through here for 5 volts, down to here for 5 volts, and comes out at this point here. 5 volts there, 5 volts there, 1.6 there, 1.6 there, 5 volts there, 4.5. Nothing coming out of that resistor, which seems a bit strange to me. R49, but nothing coming out of the other side of R49, but I can't see where it goes. The other side of the board, I've got no voltage on this diode here, whatever that should be. Test point, nothing, millivolts. Test point 43, 4.6 volts. Test point here, nothing. 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 3.6. Test point 42. Nothing. 13. 5 volts. 41. Nothing. Nothing. Something's gone. Right, that's it. I've had enough for this evening. I am going to stop recording and come back to this tomorrow. So at the moment, I've got a board here with a damaged antenna connector, and I've also got a board with a missing LED and it doesn't register. They're still to fix. The ones I've put back together, these have got issues. This one, I think it's just the trigger jamming. This one's got no Wi-Fi connection. This one's got no Wi-Fi connection, so they don't connect to the console wirelessly. And this one has a poor D-pad response. So this little directional pad, you've got to press it really hard to get it to do anything. So I'll look at that first. Right, yes, it's this trigger. Something's not right, and I think it's just the way it's been put back together. So we'll open this back up. This must have taken a big hit because it's all cracked. I wonder if I've got a replacement case. This is a 1708. I've got a red one here, which looks the same. This is a 1708. I could probably put all of it into this red shell, couldn't I? Seeing as that's cracked. Something wrong with this. Those don't look too bad. Right, we'll do that. We'll swap that over. I'm forgetting what was wrong with this red one. The red one had a left trigger and a right thumb problem. Presumably the trigger is on the board. The fault with the trigger was forgetting what you call them. Right, so that's the red one. That's gone back in the box of spares. So the faceplate's okay, but that's damaged. I mean, it's usable. I think this was just the way it's been put in. Shall I test it out? Right, bring up gamepad tester. See, that's working okay there now. So do I swap everything over? I really don't know whether to swap everything over. The red one looks nicer. Go on, I will. So this is working. I'm trying to decide if it's worth it. That's a little bit broken there. Have I got another couple of them? No, I haven't. Oh, I'm going to swap it over. Bugger it. What do I need to swap over? Because I've got coloured buttons on, haven't I? Is that the same? Is that the same as that? It looks the same. It's a 1708, so I think it's the same. I'm not going to swap it over. Bugger it. Oh, I'll tell you what I've noticed. I've noticed the little sync button has moved on this one. That might have been causing some problems. Right, so that sync button is back in. Put the top on. And those look like they're working okay. I'm going to go and test that, make sure it's working properly, and then move on to the next one. It's still not working. It's moving the cursor around on the Xbox home screen. I'm going to go and plug it in like that without the bottom piece on. Well, that works fine with the bottom piece off. It's only when I put the bottom piece on that it starts going crazy. It's this piece here, it must be. I think this trigger's snapped. It is. There's something wrong with the trigger. There's something snapped in there. This one moves too much, look. I'm guessing it's broken. Is that all one piece? I think they probably are. Right, I'm going to have to swap the whole lot over. Put it all in here. just because of that broken trigger. There's a little screw there. We'll take that out. Does that let me unclip something? It does. There's the motor. There's the broken piece. That's a shame. I wonder if I've got another. I don't want to take that apart just to fix this. I'm wondering if I've got another. What is it? 1708. That's the damaged Wi-Fi one. 1708. Do I just use that? There's the trigger that's working. So I could use that, or I could use the red one. I think I'll make the red one up. Right, I'm going to pause it, make the red one up and come back. Right, that's the white one that was damaged, transplanted into the nice red shell. I don't know where the back is. I might not have had one. If it turns up, I'll put it on. If it doesn't turn up, it'll just have to have a black one put on. But that's working. Wi-Fi's working. It even connects to the computer with Bluetooth. So that's another one done. Now, this one and this one work, but there's no Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. There's no Bluetooth. Anyway, no wireless. I'm wondering if I've just left the antenna off. Let's get this open, see if I've left the antenna off. Hopefully I have, because it's easy to sort out. Oh, it hasn't got one. There's an antenna point there. That's weird. And this one's going to be the same, isn't it? Yes. Oh, they're two different revision boards. But why is the Wi-Fi not working? Is there something wrong with them, or is it user error? So a chance I've put the wrong boards together. I'm sure that came off that one. I think that comes off that one. Right, these are supposed to connect with 2.4 gigahertz, and I don't know why they're not. So they're getting put to one side for the time being. I kind of test them because the girlfriends came in and just took over the television. So this one has a poor D-pad response. So I've got to press the D-pad quite hard to get it to click. I'm going to plug it back into the computer. It takes a bit too much force than what it should. I have some replacement buttons on a sticky pad somewhere. This one's a 1537 and I think it connected okay. Right, so these buttons can be replaced if I can find my replacements. Well, I've just noticed I've been paused instead of recording, so I don't know if I've actually got the video of me putting a new D-pad button on, but it's on. And if we go to gamepad tester, it's working better. It's not great, but it's working better, so I'm quite happy with that. So that needs a test on the system. I'm just going to go and check these again and make sure that I'm not doing something wrong before I start delving any further into them. I'll be right back. Right, this one is connected fine this time. Perhaps it just needed the console restarted. So that's working and that's working. This one still isn't working, but I think it's this button. So we'll open this one up again. We'll see if that button is in the wrong place. Like I say, hopefully it's just the button. See that? I can hear that clicking okay now. So perhaps I can just hold some batteries in and go and give it a quick test. It definitely feels like it's clicking. I'll be right back. Right, that's connected straight away. As soon as I press that button, you can see it's flashing. So it's working fine. Right, what have I got left? So out of my big box of controllers that I didn't want to look at, I've got 1, 2, 3 working, 4, 5, 6, 7. I found that's my good white one which I bought. I bought that off someone, so I'll keep that for myself. May keep that blue one. I think I will. There's a black one next to the console which can go in this pile. So that's the black one. I might have to buy some battery covers for them. Got a white one there. That white one can go on there. So I need 3. 1, 2, 3. I need 3 battery covers, which leaves me these 2 boards. This one doesn't come on. Oh, it's USB-C. I think I'll leave these 2 for another video because I've done quite a lot of recording. This is coming to an end. I'm going to carry on working on this in the meantime and see if I can work out what's wrong with it. And if you've got any suggestions on what you've seen in this video, please let us know in the comment section below. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.